on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. It's good. Let's go, where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know. The EVP show, it's out of control.
What is going on, everyone? I am the EVP, and we are live on the EVP show tonight. It has been a very long weekend, but the EVP is good and rested up and ready to go. We are live tonight to do the LFG Season 2 recap. Thank you, everybody that is watching right now. We are actually live on my Facebook, on my YouTube channel, and obviously we are live on X. So if you want to drop some comments in, be sure to do that. I'll put them across the screen, put you up there. And yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. LFG is one of my favorite shows. This is my second recap. Last year, I wish I was streaming. Because obviously it is one of my favorite shows. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, buddy, for reposting the stream. Much love. So yeah, like I said last week in my first recap, I'm basically picking up mid-season. This is season 2. Obviously, we know what's at stake on LFG, and that's an NXT contract for the men and an NXT contract for the ladies as well. Just want the DW host reposted. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Good to see you guys. So yeah, we know like NXT contract is basically, what these 16 future greats are is what they're doing. Like it's what their ultimate end goal is. There's so much talent on the men's and the women's side of LFG. Like this is the next generation of stars that we're going to see in the next, 10, 15 years, something like that. Thank you to the island of DWE for reposting. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm getting some love tonight for the repost. Appreciate that, guys. Love to see it. Looks like you guys all reposted it from X, so I appreciate that. We are live on my YouTube as well and my Facebook, but I do appreciate the shout out. So basically, I'm picking up like this is the middle of the season. Season 2, LFG Season 1. We had Jasper Toy win from the men's side, and Tyra May Steele, who now we're seeing involved in the angle with Tavion Heights and Chelsea Green and All Ego Ethan Page on NXT. So what this this LFG can catapult you to. If you can get that NXT contract, it catapults you into NXT. You get to be on TV more. Most of these LFG stars are very active already on social media. The Danny Rays, which is my favorite. I'm sure I'm biased, obviously. Serena Linton as well. Probably my second favorite. But yeah, it's a lot of elevation from this show. Thank you, Miami the Grape from Talk It Up Podcast. Be sure to check those guys out. They're killing it over there. Thank you for the repost. So yeah, so basically this is appreciate that, Miami. Basically this is 16 future greats. Let's see. Billy, what's going on, Billy? Hey, my fam, I've never watched this show. Just watch to support you. Thank you so much. Much love. Thank you to everybody that's here to support me. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you guys so much. It's like Billy's watching from my YouTube channel, so that's awesome. So we got 16 future greats. Let's see. Before I get started, Miami has a question. Who do I think is going to win this year? That's a good question, Miami. I'm an avid LFG watcher, so like, I have to kind of put bias aside. I love Danny Ray. Obviously, we interact a lot. She likes a lot of my stuff. One of my first LFG follows. I just don't know. Like for me, I think it's between two on the women's side. Panina, P Nasty, and Zena Sterling. I think those two are just. Serena's came a long way this season as well. Like I don't know, it's really tough. Bailey's great, but if I had to narrow it down, I don't want to pick either one. But I think P Nasty, Panina, or Xena on the women's side. And then the men's side, obviously Anthony Luke Showtime will was a huge odds on favorite. Yeah, P Nasty is the real deal. It's gonna be her or Xena, I think, for sure. From the men's side, we have Anthony Luke Showtime, who, you know, I thought was winning last season, but it fell a little bit short. Obviously, Jasper Troy beat Shiloh Hill in the finals. It's tough to say in the men's, to be honest with you. If I had to pick right now, I mean, Drake Monroe, obviously from my home state. I love Drake. He's come a long way this season from last year, but overall, if I had to pick between two, like right now, midway point, because Elijah Holyfield's out right now. He's dealing with an undisclosed injury. They said they don't know when he's going to be back. I'll get to that during the stream, but I would say on the men's side, either Anthony Luke or Shallow Hill. Shallow Hill's been wrestling a lot of live events, and he was in the finals last year. He kind of reminds me of the Undertaker, which is crazy. I mean, he doesn't look like him, but his demeanor in the ring, those two. So I'm gonna say Anthony Luke or Shallow Hill on the men's, and then Xena or P Nasty Panina on the women's Miami. Billy O, when I said I've never watched the show, I meant LFG. Oh, okay. I got you. I always do my best to listen to yours. You probably already knew that, but I thought I said yes, of course. We talk every day. Yeah, thank you so much. I thought I didn't know you didn't watch LFG, so but you need to because it's great. Look at my background, like it's awesome. I love LFG. But let's get the show started, guys. But thank you guys for the reposts, the comments. Keep them coming in. I'll put them there. I'll put them up there on the screen and answer your questions the best I can. So we got 16 future greats to 4 legends. Obviously, we got Booker T. We got Michelle McCool, who is replacing Mickey James from last year. We got the Undertaker, who is the season one champion. His pick last year won the championship. He got the most points, so he is the LFT season one champion. Will he repeat, or will his wife take his title this year? It's definitely a close race with them two in points right now at the midway point. So my money's on either Undertaker retaining or Michelle McCool because Michelle McCool's got Anthony Luke and P Nasty. So like she's got she's got two highly touted odds on favorites to win this show. Um and then obviously we have Bully Ray. I really love Bully Ray. I watch him a lot on Busted Open. I love his content creating. He's great. I love watching him wrestle with the Dudley Boys. Obviously, all the tables matches. He's done some wild stuff in his career. So the commentators tonight was Vic Joseph and Jeremy Borash. That's who did the commentating tonight for the matches. Obviously at the end when they award the points, Alicia Taylor is the one that does that. I'm tired, so I can't watch the show. I'll watch the show if I'm ever able to. Much love, fan, forever. Good night. Thank you so much, Billy. Yes. Obviously it's on my Twitter or X. And it's on my YouTube channel. So give it like about 12 hours or so on my YouTube channel, and it will be uploaded, and you can always go back and watch it. But much love. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you for sure. So the title tonight for episode 8 is called Top Dog, which going to that, I'm thinking, all right, well, this is going to be really good. And tonight, I actually enjoyed the episode a lot better. I mean, I enjoy every episode, but for me, it was a lot better than episode 7. Except they didn't show Danny Ray. I was a little disappointed. Well, they did, but she didn't wrestle tonight. She's my favorite. So they kind of go over the matches for tonight, kind of a prelude of what we're going to see. Xena Starlin going from Bully Ray's team is going to go up against Serena Linton, who is also another one of my big favorites. She is actually on Booker T's team this year. Harlem Lewis from Booker T's team going up against the guy that's in my GC chat, the guy that's all over social media, the guy that's all over X, BJ Ray. He is in my GC chat. So if you guys are in there, tag him or whatever. He may respond, he may not, but he does post in the EVP Wrestling chat on X. He is 100% in there. So shout out to BJ Ray on that. And he is represented by Bubba Ray again. And then we're gonna have P Nasty Panina, who was drafted by Michelle McCool, going up against the Undertaker's Bailey Humphrey. And in the main event tonight, we will have Shallow Hill, also represented by the Undertaker, going up against Showtime Anthony Luke, who is represented by Michelle McCool. So before we get started, we see Bubba Ray is back. They kind of showed the highlights last week of how he exploded at the end of the show, talking about Xena, how like he feels like it's a conspiracy, because Michelle and Undertaker butted together the last 2 weeks and everything like that. Bubba said that Xena Starling is the one to beat in this competition, but the only problem is that all these judges expect so much from Xena. And Xena's great. Like, if you watched her on Busted Open, if you haven't, go back and take a look at it. She had no TV growing up at all. I believe she's from the Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken. So she didn't get to watch any TV at all. So she talked about how she does nothing but study wrestling. She goes back and watches tapes of her previous matches. So she is 100% a student of the game, and you have to respect that for sure. Michelle said that Bubba Ray needed to put his big boy pants back on, and that he refuses to see Panina as a front runner to win this entire season too. After that, we see, obviously last week we saw what was a huge scare. The legends, me watching, other people watching, like what happened to Serena Linton last week. She was kind of choked unconscious, kind of blacked out when she was wrestling Bailey Humphreys. Said never happened to her before. She was in the back with medical. That's basically what she said, that she was wrestling Bailey last week, and Bailey put her in a gorilla press slam, and I guess where her hand went up into her throat, she actually blacked out. And she said, Serena said that's never happened to her before. She was terrified. She was wondering if she was ever even if she was going to be able to continue this season. But good news is that medical has cleared her, and she will be competing tonight. So that's great for Serena. Season 1, she started really picking it up at the end, but she scored a couple of points this season. So she's a lot more active on X and social media now too as well. She's a rising star. She's going to be in NXT at some point for sure. So then we see Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He said he tells the future greats that there's a lot to cover, and that injuries is a part of WWE. He said, unfortunately, Elijah Holyfield is injured and they are unsure of his return, as I mentioned before. So, he just kind of tells Bubba Ray, like, look, you're down one person. And Bubba's like, well, now, like, the weight is on Xena because Bubba said that he can't put his entire, like, being able to win this LFG championship on BJ Ray. Like, I don't know if that was like kayfabe or like, I don't know. He's had BJ Ray 2 seasons in a row. So, prayers going out to Elijah Holyfield. I don't know what's wrong with him. Obviously, I know he's dating Zena Sterling, just from Instagram. So, shout out to Elijah Holyfield. Hope things are okay. Hope to see you back on the show. If not, definitely hope to see you back next season. So everybody, shout out to Elijah Holyfield for that. Shawn Michaels also says this is a halfway point of the season, and how this episode is going to work is going to be a top man, man, and a top woman. And who is going to be the top man and top woman in this show, in this season, basically. So Shawn Michaels goes to the Legends, and they have to pick a male and a female to represent their top dog from their team. So first he goes to Booker T. Booker T selects Harlem Lewis from the men's side and Serena Linton from the women's side. Then next we go to Bubba Ray Dudley, who selects Zena Sterling. And he said, well, really don't have much of a choice, but he's going to select BJ Ray. Like I said, you guys can, in my GC chat, EVP Wrestling, he is in there. So he does retweet a lot in there. So I think it's under Sexy BJ Ray or something like that. Or no, it's under Dipshit. Or I don't know. I'll tag you guys when he posts in there. But he's in there for sure, 100%. So Undertaker picked Shallow Hill from the men's side and Bailey Humphries from the women's side, which two great picks. Then we get to Michelle McCool. Obviously, she picked her top two picks. From the women's side, she picked P Nasty Panina and Showtime Anthony Luke. So we can kind of see a clip of my favorite LFG star, Danny Ray. She's super pissed. She says that she's not going to like discredit Bailey Humphries' abilities or anything like that, but she is the only one that has received a unanimous point from the Legends, and it's just going to light more fire under Danny. Obviously, at the end of the show, they show like the preview of next week. Like we're gonna get to see Danny Ray next week, and we'll see like that new fire. She's already tweeting about it, so yeah. Danny Ray is my favorite. Halfway there, so Booker T is talking about how he's frustrated with Harlem Lewis, his body language, calling him very cocky. Booker T says that he is the general of this team and that Harlem Lewis needs to listen. And it's not that Harlem doesn't have the talent, but he just feels like he's just not listening to him. And he also said, and this is one of the greatest things I've heard from any of the legends so far this season. In wrestling, everything is a test, and we all know that. Like anybody that's been watching WWE, TNA, AEW, whatever you choose to watch, and like everything in wrestling is a test. So I agree. Bubba Ray again talking to Xena, saying that it's a collusion and conspiracy against her, and that the only downfall is he feels like maybe Xena is resting on her laurels and she can't do that. He says she's too good. And he looks at the camera and he said, "Who's really going to make her better?" I mean, I think P Nasty can make I think P Nasty can make her better. Bailey Humphries can make her better. I do love Xena. I think she's great. I think she's top three, like right now. Like she made it to the finals last year and lost. But Bubba Ray is very high on her. Um, they just all want her to line up to her potential, really step up her game. With that being said, we got the first matchup of the night, which was Xena Sterling representing Bubba Ray, going up against Serena Linton, the fiery hot chili pepper. That's what she has on her X is a hot pepper, chili pepper. She represents Team Booker T. They're talking about where Serena, like maybe where her headspace is going into this matchup. Obviously, she was choked unconscious last week. I mean, that would definitely weigh on any superstars. Like, oh, is this going to happen again? When a particular hold or move is put on them. So yeah, like I definitely understood where they were coming from. So Zena basically dominating the beginning of the match. She's in control. The crowd is definitely behind Zena. But like I said earlier, Serena Linton has a lot of momentum. She has scored a couple of points in this season. Serena hits a DDT on Xena. Very, very, very close near fall. About 2 3/4 is what I call it. Bubba made a point to Undertaker, and I think they both kind of agreed on it that they're not using their legs when they kick out. Um, so basically, what they're doing is when they're kicking out, they're just pushing up with their arms, not using their legs. And I feel like Bubba. I mean, they're legends. Like they're Hall of Famers. They know what they're talking about. So I did pick up on that once he brought that to my attention, but obviously um he was just saying they need to use their legs more instead of their arms and their shoulders. So Xena went for a roll up near fall. Then they go back to talking about how there's high hopes for Xena to achieve greatness. Um, so Serena goes up to the top for her little shooting star backflip. She misses. Xena hits a tilt-a-whirl to Xena hits a tilt-a-whirl to get the 1 2 3 on Serena Linton. So the winner of the first matchup is Xena Sterling representing Bully Ray. All the legends liked the match, but the one problem that they found during the match was Xena, and the Undertaker talks to Xena about this as well. Is it seems like in all of her matches this season, she keeps continuing to sell that shoulder, like she has a shoulder injury. So they were pointing that out about her selling her shoulder. Xena said how she really wants to make Bubba proud. Undertaker obviously told her to stop selling the shoulder. She says she feels pressure from losing in the finals in season one, which is understandable. So Harlem comes in and and said that he got the very first point in his first match. He got to be able to, he said, but the only problem is in wrestling WWE, like he said, he wants to be on SmackDown, he wants to be on Raw, he wants to be on WrestleMania, he wants to be on SummerSlam. But he said you got to be able to tell stories with anyone. It doesn't matter who your opponent is. 99.9% of wrestling is storytelling. Like, yes, you need to be able to cut promo. I won't say 99.9. I'm gonna say 90% because in order to be a legend, a Hall of Famer, like you need to be able to cut promos, and then obviously, if you're a wrestler, like for the most part, you're gonna have athletic ability, but being able to tell that story to drag those fans in to where they want to continue to watch you, is, you know, is the key for, you know, to being a superstar, is being able to tell that story. Um, he said he's got no choice, and he's going to do that tonight. So up next we get Harlem Lewis, who is represented by Booker T, going up against BJ Ray, who is represented by Bubba Ray Dudley. A lot of smack talking going on, but BJ likes to do a lot of smack talking. He's super cocky, bouncing off the ring. I don't know. For me, like, I feel like BJ probably needs to be a heel. I'm just not a huge fan of BJ, as far as the face, but I mean, he's good, but I think he would do better as a heel. Even like the announcers were talking about, these are two polar opposites, like their personality. You know, BJ and Harlem are just two totally different people. Their personalities definitely show. Um, so basically, starting off the match, Harlem Lewis is in control. They're concerned because Harlem is supposed to be the heel in this match, and BJ is supposed to be the face, but they're having a hard time distinguishing on that. But Harlem, and like I said, they're frustrated with Harlem because what I said earlier, he thinks he's further along than actually what he is. Like, he's great. Like, he's jacked up. He's got the build. He's got the moves. He can talk on the mic, but I think it's more of a listening aspect than anything. They just feel like he's just not. Booker T just really feels like he's want to do it his way instead of listen to Booker T and do it Booker T's way. Before we continue, thank you to everybody. I see close to, I think, 50 something people watching. Thank you guys so much. Obviously for the retweet, the restreams, the comments, and we are live on my Facebook, my YouTube, and my X. So thank you guys again. So they start the battle outside. Harlem body slams BJ Ray on the floor, and then obviously it gets him back into the ring. Does a kick to the face. There's a kick out. So there obviously then there's a shoulder block turns into a bulldog by BJ Ray, which he did to Harlem Lewis. Bully Ray is just really unimpressed at this point with BJ. Like, and Michelle McCool even makes the point like he's bouncing off the ropes too much. That they're saying that BJ is doing too much with like the elbow drop that he did. Like, he bounced off the rope like 4 or 5 different times, hit the elbow drop, just a little bit too much for BJ Ray. Is basically what the legends were talking about during this matchup. So I don't know, I'll skip the page there. Harlem went for a suplex, and it was countered by a roll up. Well, before we get to that, yeah. So yeah, Harlem Lewis went for a suplex on BJ Ray, and it was countered by BJ Ray into a roll up for the 1-2-3 pinfall. BJ Ray gets the victory over Harlem Lewis, which I think Harlem put BJ over. BJ in the back after the match said he's the guy, and he said Bubba Ray Dudley is a douche, which I kind of laughed. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a cheap pop, but I laughed. I mean, BJ's funny, like, he really is funny. He said that Bubba Ray is the worst coach of all time, and he's sexy BJ Ray, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. And yeah, that was a funny part of the show for me. Harlem talked about how he came up short and knows what he's got to work on, and he's pissed off. And obviously, like, at the end of the show, after they award the points, you know, we'll get to that. Like, Harlem said he has anger issues, and like if he's not able to like go express them or talk to someone about them, that he will like eventually crash out. So like, we'll see that towards the end of the show. So the Undertaker and Michelle McCool are talking in the back with their two teams. They're motivating them. Obviously, it's that rivalry, the husband and the wife. Undertaker won the title last year, so like they're going up against each other in these next two matchups. They're super close in points. I think they're like 1-2 in points from last week. I think Michelle was in the lead by 1 point last week. So yeah, they're trying to motivate their team. And while P Nasty's in the back, her dad actually shows up, which is just fantastic. Um, he said coming to visit her before the match. She wants him to see everything that he's laid out for her, which is just phenomenal. She's so great. I just love what she said there. She says she's gonna pay it. She's paying it back, paying it forward back to her father. And then she said, "This is P Nasty's show." Yeah, I mean, Miami said P Nasty. Like, that's a good pick. It's going to be her or Xena. I think that's the finals. If I had to pick right now, Panina said that she's going to beat Bailey. Get Michelle McCool that belt, and she is ready to be on TV. Not like today or tomorrow. Like she said, she's ready. Like she's already ready to be on TV. So next we're going to get Panina representing Team Michelle McCool going up against Bailey Humphries. I call her P Nasty. She has a lot of the same move sets as Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa. She had a pretty good spear tonight as well. So before that, the ring announcer brings out Michelle McCool and introduces her, then introduces Undertaker as the season 1 LFG champ. He comes out with the belt. He hangs the belt up. Crowd's chanting. Undertaker getting that pop. Obviously, wanting to rub it in his wife's face. So them two are out there, like up above, like not normally where they sit when they're judging, but like up above, so they can watch these next two matches, because this match and the main event are both their people, so they want like a bird's eye view on it. McCool says that it's going to be great. Team McCool says Michelle McCool says it's going to be great matches. P Nasty and Bailey are both big front favorites for season 2, and I definitely agree with that. The ring announcers, the commentators say that this is similar to the Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan of the female cast of the LFG. They are both like really built, like athletic. So yeah, I could see that. I think that makes a lot of sense for sure. Bailey does body slam P Nasty twice. Obviously they lock up, shoulder blocks a couple of times. Neither one of them move. Bailey ends up hitting 2 body slams to P Nasty, showing her power. There was a shoulder. Then P Nasty hits a shoulder block, knocks Bailey outside. P Nasty shoves Bailey into the barrier outside, and then takes her head and shoves it into the corner of the ring on the outside. So she's showing that vicious side of her as well. They're back in the ring. P Nasty is punishing Bailey with uppercuts, chop blocks, and then Bailey reversed with a hip toss. P Nasty with a nasty spear to Bailey Humphries. I'm talking about just nasty. Love the spear by P Nasty tonight to Bailey, but it was a kick out. She kicked out at about 2 3/4. After that, P Nasty hit the Samoan drop on Bailey. Like I said, a lot of similar moves to, Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso. We see a lot of them use that same move set. P Nasty's the real deal. for sure. But Bailey Humphries kicks out of the Samoan drop, which was crazy. So P Nasty's going up like to the top rope to try to attempt to move. Bailey counters, picks her up, hits the running power bomb for the 1-2-3 pin over P Nasty. So Bailey Humphries gets the 1-2-3 win. And the commentators are talking about Bailey winning. She showed her power, her strength, and her grit to be able to come out with the victory. For me, probably best match of the night. I love Bailey as well. Like I said, this season is so much different from last season because there was only a handful from like 2 or 3 from each side from last season, but I would say there's 5 at least on the women's side that could win this. On the men's side, at least 3, maybe 4. So it's very, very even kill this year for sure. Bailey said she's number 1, and P Nasty better not forget. So after that, we see Shiloh Hill talking in the back. He said that they're talking about he's dealing with a black eye on his right eye. He has a black eye on his right eye that he suffered from a live event match this past weekend. That's what I was talking about earlier. We got Shiloh wrestling in these live events. He's the runner up from last year. So yeah, he has a black eye going into this match, and it will ultimately come back to bite him during this match. So we get to the main event of the evening, and it's going to be Shiloh Hill representing Team Undertaker going up against Showtime Anthony Luke representing Team Michelle McCool. Anthony Luke's in the back before the match starts, cuts a promo, said that he wants Michelle to win the title, to rub it in the Undertaker's face. Michelle said that that's her number 1 pick, and they call him Showtime. Like his music even has Showtime in it. So loving some Anthony Luke. Obviously, if you guys are living under a rock, Anthony Luke is actually dating Maxine Dupree, who wrestled Becky Lynch this past Monday on Raw. She has been at a couple of the LFG events in the back with him and actually in the crowd. So it's good to see. So we're going to get Shiloh against Anthony. Shiloh has that black eye that I mentioned before. Before the match even gets underway, Anthony Luke looked like he had some new gear on tonight. He attacked Shiloh Hill from behind before the bell even rang. Obviously, after that, the referee did ring the bell. Anthony Luke's taking it to Shiloh in the corner. Shiloh backs out of it, hits a back body drop. So then we see another back body slam by Shiloh Hill, Anthony Luke. The commentators are saying like how they feel like this is more. One of the commentators said that they feel like this is an even matchup, and the other one said that they lean a little bit more towards Anthony Luke. The fans were 1,000,000% behind Shiloh Hill in this matchup. I love Shiloh. I think he's great. I think he has a real shot to win this season. He is in my top 2, top 3 for sure. I would say top 2. I think it's going to be him or Anthony Luke for sure. So we see Shiloh Hill hit the shake, rattle, and roll, which we've seen him do a couple of times, a la Honky Tonk Man back in the day. I've been watching wrestling a long time, so I've seen that move quite a bit. Honky Tonk Man's move. So the referees kind of turned at an angle, and we see Anthony Luke take his fingers and rake Shiloh Hill in the eyes where the referee can't see. It's obviously the injured right eye that Shiloh injured at the live event that's black. And then after that, he hit the lights, camera, action on Shiloh Hill to get the 1-2-3, with the winner being Showtime Anthony Luke. And that was the main event. Good show. So we're going to go to who got the points. I'm going to go through the men's and the women's, and then I will tell you what the point total is after tonight, going into episode 9 next week. So obviously Alicia Taylor is outside with the judges, and so they start with the men's. Booker T awards his point tonight to Shiloh Hill, which I agree. Shiloh showed that aggressive side, like in the middle of that match. Like he just like he showed that second gear, and he seemed to do that a lot. I love Shiloh. I think if he doesn't win, he's going to make the finals again for sure. Undertaker as well picked Shiloh. And then Michelle McCool picked Shiloh Hill as well. And Bully Ray actually picked Shiloh Hill. So the point is unanimous. Point goes to Shiloh Hill, but the point will also go to the Undertaker. On the women's side, we go to Booker T. Booker T goes with Serena Linton for the point. She has already gotten a couple of points this season for Booker T. I think 2 points to be exact. She's up and coming. I'm loving what we're seeing from Serena. Undertaker picked P Nasty, rightfully so. Michelle McCool, her own pick, P Nasty as well, and Bully Ray rounds it out with picking P Nasty. So that would be 1 point for P Nasty. I think that's her second point that she has received already. And that also is a point for Team Michelle McCool. So Shallow says that before I get to the ending scene and what's going to happen next week, Shallow says there could be 5 winners this season. I just got a comment. Just 1 second. What's going on? Edward AK behind the Detroit Muscle account. What's good, bro? Just going over the main event of LFG. So Shiloh said there could be up to 5 winners in the men's side this year, which I agree. I think it could be 5 winners on the women's side too. Anthony Luke said no one is on his level, and this is his show. He copied Roman. He's like, this is my show. So yeah, Anthony Luke, Showtime got that confidence. P. Nasty said that the story is writing itself. Another point for her is 2 points. She's winning season 2. She's getting that contract. She said she's going to win it all. She said we're going to see her on TV soon. So let's get to the points after the show. After tonight's points were awarded to Shiloh and P. Nasty, Michelle McCool is still in the lead with 5 points. So 1 second. I hope Serena gets caught up, James, too. Yeah, definitely, Edward. Hoping so too. She's definitely one of my favorites. It's a matter of time. Even if she doesn't win this season, I think she's definitely. I don't think she's going to win this season, but I think she's going like she's super popular on social media. So like, and she's improved a whole lot from season 1, season 2. So I could see her getting caught up or getting to NXT. There's going to be another LFG season 3, I'm sure. So like, I don't know if she stays another season or like, I mean, most of them are already working like NXT Darks and stuff like that, or Evolve. Like, I can't remember her name from last year, but she goes by Jen Tala. She's actually on Evolve now. I can't think of what her name was on LFG. If anybody in the comments knows. So Michelle McCool's in the lead with 5 points. Undertaker is right behind her with 4 points, and then we have Booker T with 3, and Bully Ray on the bottom. Bully Ray's in trouble again. He's got 2 points. He lost Elijah Holyfield, so he's pretty much riding on Zena Sterling and BJ Ray to provide these points for him. So I don't know. I don't see Bully Ray getting that title this year. So before, like after that, we see Harlem. After the points are awarded. Just 1 second. And I know her personally, so it feel great. Yes, I know she did train. Yeah, it was funny. She used to follow me, but she doesn't follow me anymore, which is very upsetting. She's even on my thumbnail for tonight for the show. So hopefully she sees that and gives me that follow back. I love Serena as well. So we see Harlem confronting Booker T. Says he wants to clear his head. They're kind of asking like what he wants to talk to him about, and he said, "Well, it's kind of a private conversation." Um, like what I talked about at the beginning, like he said he has anger issues and he just doesn't want to crash out. Like he wants to, talk it out and figure out like what the problem is, what's going on, and get better. Booker T said that he just needs him to do ABC and not XYZ. Kind of like what I said earlier. Harlem kind of wants to do it his way, and he's got all the talent in the world, but he's not taking in the lessons and everything that Booker T is teaching him. So he said he wants him to do ABC, not XYZ. Booker T says he feels like with Harlem doing this, it's showing like what kind of a person he is and how hungry he is to win, and that he wants it bad. And he calls Harlem Lewis an alpha, which is crazy. He said, "Don't get it twisted." He said he did ask Harlem. He said, "I need you to listen. Just listen. If you listen, I'm going to take you to the top." He said, "The ultimate question is, do you trust me?" And he told him, yes. They did the handshake. Love to see that for Harlem. So next week, obviously Danny Ray was upset she didn't get picked as a top dog this week. They show her like boxing, hitting the preparing or whatever in the back. She talks about how she's going to take full advantage of not being picked. That's going to light a fire under her rear end, and she's going to show why she needs to be the top dog. Obviously, a little small clip from my hometown boy, Drake Moreau. And again, if you're living under a rock, he is dating Roxanne Perez, the prodigy from Monday Night Raw and the Judgment Day, which is strange pairing, but hey, more power to him. Congrats to Drake and Roxanne on that. And then we see BJ Ray do like he's gonna end up like doing a low blow to Trill London, which is going to lead to like a lot of chaos in the back. It looks like Trill's gonna like go after BJ, which knowing BJ, that's his style. So yeah, but that pretty much is our episode tonight. Like I said, we have Michelle McCool in the lead with 5 points, followed by The Undertaker with 4, Booker T with 3, and Bully Ray rounding it out with 2 points. So that was a great episode. Episode 9 looks to be great next week. The only problem is it's on the same night as Heat Wave. So I'm gonna have to look. I believe that it's going to be on at its regular time, which is gonna be a problem for me. But I just want to say thank you to, let's see who we got here. Greg for reposting, WWE for reposting, I love WWE for reposting, Miami the Great for reposting, Miami with the CJ Fire, thank you so much. Billy, love you, Billy, thank you. Who do I think is going to win from Miami? We went over that. We kind of agreed. Miami said P Nasty as well. Billy again. And then we had Billy. And then Edward. What's going on, EVP? Thanks, Edward, for coming in. I do too. Hey, CJ, book me for the Raw show. I will be on tomorrow. You got it. Sounds good. I will set that up and get you the link about 20-30 minutes before. Appreciate that, Edward. I'll have you on the Raw recap. I'll get to that. Like you're trying to skip ahead of them, but yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Like I said, invitations always out to people. All you gotta do is just hit me up in a DM, text if you have my phone number, because I'm live 4 times a week, sometimes more than that. But I'm gonna end you guys with my outro video and my thank you to my gratitude and thank you to everybody for showing up tonight. And then I'm going to tell you where you can find me and what I have coming up. So here you go. Enjoy.
CJP's your guide, let's start the show. Tag teams picking, factions shaking. He's got the scoop for moves they're faking. Built on the line, dreams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. It's good. Let's go where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, the EVP show is out of control.
All right, thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the outro video. It's obviously the same that kicks off the show, but it's got a little bit more there at the end because EVP's doing a little bit of dancing, singing along to the EVP show, calling the shots, and gotta love the song. So yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. Obviously at the bottom of my layout, you can see like I said at the beginning. Sorry. We're streaming live on my Facebook, and we're streaming live on my Facebook, my YouTube channel, the EVP show, and my X. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Obviously, if you want to find me on my socials, you can find me on X at EVPCJP, Instagram at EVPCJP. I don't have it up here. TikTok at Brady DA Goat. GOAT 21. If you want to look me up, find me on TikTok as well. And then my YouTube show is at the EVP show. If you're not if you're not subbing, hit that sub button. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button on the video tonight, the comments were great. That puts my video in the algorithm, and I appreciate that dearly. So yeah, hope I can get some likes. I really was so surprised on I got a Charlotte Flair short out. If you guys haven't seen it, it's about at 4,300 views, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to Ryan for making that short for me. It has really blew my channel up that I haven't had anything quite like that. 4,000 views. I think I'm getting close to 150 subs. So yeah, but that's where you can find me on my socials. So what I have coming up next, it's gonna get a little bit tricky here. Not too bad, but I don't know the schedule for SmackDown Friday because they're in Dublin. I'm gonna have to double check, so I don't want to give you guys the wrong time. But tomorrow night I will be back here live. Obviously I will be joined by Edward AK. And we will be doing the Raw Monday Night recap at 11 p.m. Eastern. I will get that out on X in the next 30 minutes after the stream. You got to please retweet and join us at 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I will also be on X tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Main Event Monday. We'll be hosted by Kyle Anthony. I will not be hosting that show tomorrow. I will be co-hosting. Kyle is the man tomorrow for Main Event Mondays. So you got to tune into that. We'll be talking about Clash of Paris, the Seth Rollins Fatal 4-Way, and everything involved with that. The Becky Lynch match with Natalia tomorrow. Jay Uso going up against Braun Breaker, Penta, and Xavier Woods. We're going to see the Vision, CM Punk, and you can expect the return of the OTC1 Roman Reigns, the same spot that he lost his undisputed champion. Well, it's not the same building, but they're in Philly. We'll see how he feels going back to Philly. So yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then Tuesday, I will be back for an NXT recap. A big show on Tuesday night for NXT. It is going to be in Philly as well. We're going to see, let's see what we got coming up Tuesday. We got Yoshiki and Amara going up against Josh Briggs in a Philadelphia street fight. We got Ricky Saints against Jasper Troy. We're going to have a face-to-face with Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace. And then we're going to have a number one contenders match to see who will face Obafemi at NXT Heatwave between Javon Evans and the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Trick Williams. So I will be live Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the NXT recap. So this is where it starts to get a little bit dicey. I don't know the time. Obviously, I will be doing a SmackDown recap. I will have to look and see what time it's going to actually air in the U.S. Hopefully early so that I can do my recap early on a Friday. Obviously, there'll be a Main Event Friday space as well. I'm not the host of that, but I'll probably do my recap sometime after that if the show is like earlier or something like that. We'll see. I got a comment. Let's see. CJ, I have a website for you. Okay. Since it's in Dublin. Yeah, I mean, use main site top. All right, yeah, I'll look that up. Just text that to me. I'll look it up after the show. So I will be doing a SmackDown recap. Don't know what time yet. You'll see it on X. I don't even have the thumbnail for it yet as well. So where it gets a little tricky. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet. But I wanted to come back next Sunday for an LFG recap, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it unless I combine. It could be a combination show next Sunday. It could be a long one. Because I want to do an NXT Heatwave recap after the PLE, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to watch both shows. So we'll see. 100% I'm doing the NXT Heatwave recap. I may have to miss LFG. I mean, I'm going to watch it, but I may have to do the recap. Let's see. I think we should. I mean, possible. Could do that. Talk more about it after the show. I'm just really trying to figure out how I can do Sunday because I have the NXT Heatwave recap. I know that show don't start till 7 p.m. Eastern Sunday, so it probably Edward text me that main site top so I can see what time the shows are gonna be coming on, so I can when I make the streams. And then LFG's I think it's coming on at 10 p.m. Eastern again, so I don't know. We'll see. I will be live next Sunday for something whether I'm combining NXT Heatwave recap and LFG recap. Maybe I'll have Heatwave on one computer and LFG on my phone or a different device, and just going crazy with notes. We'll see. I can't make any promises. I will be doing the NXT Heatwave recap for sure, 100%. May have to skip out on LFG, or I may could possibly do it like an early or like maybe in the afternoon. I don't know, because Monday, I think they're also going to be in overseas as well. So may not get the we may not get the next LFG recap live. We'll see. I just have to play it by ear. I'm gonna have to, tomorrow. I'm gonna have to look at the schedules when I'm making the streams, and just see what I can and can't do. Um, what else? Obviously, there's going to be a NXT Heatwave prediction. I think that's Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the EVP Zero show, with me, Zero, Leo, and Bobby. I believe. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to them. I haven't figured out exactly who's going to be on that yet. I'm pretty sure that's who's going to be on there though. But then next week, kind of the same circumstance, but Clash in Paris is actually going to be at 2 p.m. That Sunday. So I'm probably gonna double dip for that week. I don't want to miss LFG 2 weeks in a row. So I'm gonna do a Clash in Paris prediction as well as a recap, and then I will also do an LFG recap. But that's it for me tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much all for tuning in. This is the EVP from the EVP show, and I hope you guys enjoyed my LFG season 2, episode 8 recap. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern with Edward, AK, as my co-host for the Monday Night Raw recap. Until then, love one another, be kind. See you guys tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern. I am the EVP, CJP, and this is the EVP show. Good night, folks.